Welcome to Creating Wealth Through Passive Apartment Investing podcast. In this show, we will discuss about best and worst experiences about passive and active apartment investing. And I am your host, Rama Krishna. Let's begin the show. Today's our guest is Charlie R Wessel from Cardell Capital. Welcome, Charlie.
Hey, thank you so much, Rama.
Sure, thank you. And a little bit about Charlie. Founder of Cardell Capital, Charlie has also founded and managed several successful companies in the South Carolina area. He has been involved in multifamily commercial real estate in one aspect or another since 2006. Active investor since 2016, he set up Cardell Capital to bring private equity to investment opportunities. He provides extensive due diligence on the sponsor as well as the deals themselves to make sure they are taking the most conservative approach to investing and building wealth alongside their investors. So with that, Charlie, would you like to add anything to your background?
No, I got a beautiful wife of 20 years and three wonderful kids. I got twin 8-year-old girls and a 12-year-old son.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. And so would you share your thought process of getting into real estate and multifamily? What is the reason? Why?
To build wealth for family and to help friends do the same thing through investing in commercial real estate.
Okay, got it. And what is your investment philosophy?
We team up with operators and we bring capital to their deal, as well as we help out with the investor relations, some of the due diligence items as well. I mean, I do have a background in construction. I owned a general contracting firm that I sold back in 2016. And that's when I hopped into the alternative investments, mainly multifamily. Until now, we actually have a fund that we set up that we put out a webinar on last night. It's a $3 to $5 million fund set up to buy mobile home parks in North Carolina that has some pretty good returns.
Oh, sure. So would you share a little bit more about that fund model, how that works?
Yeah, so right now we have 5 mobile home parks under contract right now in North Carolina, and we're in talks with a bit more of the mobile home park owners. They're in the same area of North Carolina, and what we're going to do is buy these parks. We're going to try to stay around 50 pads and under, and participate. Our investors will participate in the turnaround of those parks. I mean, it's called Thrive Community Fund, and we named it that because we actually want to, we're looking at this as our mission field as well. We want to really improve these mobile home parks and, let the community thrive. Thus the name Thrive Community Fund. I mean, we're doing a lot of capital expenditure work on these parks. We're going to paint all the trailers, get rid of some of them, bring in some new ones. We're going to pave the roads, patch and reseal in some of the roads that are paved. And, we want to make it a better place for these people to live. And low-income housing is just such in demand right now. I mean, it's just such a shortage of low-income housing out in the country right now. And we want to be able to help bring that to the people that need it while making really good returns for us and our investors.
Got it. And you mentioned you're working with experienced partners. And would you share about your extensive due diligence process on the sponsor and also as well as on the deal?
Right. So one of our sponsors actually has close to 2,000 pads in the Southeast, and he has some of them close by where these are going to be. So we looked into his deals, looked into people that had done deals with him. And I know 2 of the other guys that know him real well. And I know them real well, and that's how we made the acquaintance. So yeah, I mean, we look at their past history and some of their past returns and see how they're running their parks. And it was quite a bit of due diligence, really. But we just found nothing but good stuff, really. I mean, he was doing a really good job at what he does. He's been doing it for several years now, and he's got a lot of mobile home parks.
Got it. And recently you acquired property in Greensboro market. So would you share a little bit more about that and what is your acquisition process and your business plan and what is your exit criteria on that?
Yeah, so that was 66 units that we closed on back in February, and it is outperforming our projections right now, believe it or not. We were able to bring the rents to market a whole lot faster than we had anticipated because of the property manager that we brought into the deal to run it. Yeah, and we had some really couple of sharp partners that were negotiating the deal even up to the closing day that really just got some good terms back from the seller. And yeah, so we actually we took over the seller actually paid us to assume some maintenance contracts on the maintenance and service contracts for the building. It's a mid-rise there in Greensboro, North Carolina. And Greensboro, Winston-Salem, I mean, it's a really good market. Really, there's just a slew of good markets in North Carolina and South Carolina right now. We get so many people moving into the Carolinas every day from up north. So yeah, it's been a really good deal so far.
Got it. So would you share about your business plan also and exit criteria?
Yeah, so our business plan on that, we don't have really a big heavy lift. We're just turning some of the units that have not been turned before. It was a very, very minor value add. We did raise it was just underperforming. It had a rough bunch that was doing the management on the property. And we brought in a very professional property management company to help run that. And they've really made it way more efficient for the tenants and for us as the investors in the deal. They've done a really, really good job. And yes, I mean, it really wasn't a huge value add play, but it kind of turned it into it from the operational standpoint as opposed to the CapEx standpoint.
Okay. And what is your exit plan on that?
Our exit plan is we will hold on to that one for 5 years, and then at that point we're put it up for sale. I mean, we don't have a refi or anything like that in store for that property, for that particular property. But I'll be honest with you, we really don't need one. It's got really good returns. The mobile home park deal that we're doing, that does have refi with return of 100% of investor capital that we've planned out anyways. But yeah, the property over there in Greensboro, I mean, it's plugging along really well. So it should definitely, it will exceed our expectations of what we put out to investors for sure.
Got it. So did you face any challenges on that property? Would you like to share anything else?
On the Greensboro property?
Yes.
We haven't. It's been kind of I can go into one. We are going to have to probably make some major repairs to the elevator in that one. It is safe and we had everything checked, but we will have to make some pretty major repairs to that, as it was a 1970s property and it's the original elevator and everything. Even though it's had a service plan the whole entire time, that was one of the things we were able to negotiate down with the seller on price because of the big hit we would take on almost just basically replacing the elevator.
Got it. So would you share any of your best multifamily real estate experience so far?
Dealing with our investors, man, it's just a lot of fun. It's what I like doing. I have Zoom calls and phone calls with people every day. Every day people reach out and they book calls with us through our Calendly link. And I thoroughly enjoy getting to know about other people's investment goals and how they're investing and see if we can't get them to, come along with us and see if we can't make them some money. I mean, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Got it. And would you share any of your challenging or worst experiences in multifamily so far?
My worst experience was we had a webinar for the deal in Greensboro, and we set up our active campaign account to send out text messages to everybody that registered for the webinar, and it actually sent it at 3 a.m. to all of the people that registered. And it was supposed to send it like at 3 p.m. But we sent it out at 3 a.m. and we didn't just do it once, it went out twice. So it went out at 3 a.m. and in case that didn't wake everybody up and piss them off, we sent it again at like 3:01. And yeah, so I got some phone calls on that one the next day. Although, you know what, nobody was upset. It was more funny than anything else, really. Once I told them, what happened, and they were like, "Ew, my phone was going off at 3 o'clock." So anyway, that was probably my worst experience so far.
Okay, thank you. And what is your current focus, and share something you're excited about now?
I mean, forecast as far as looking into the future of this business, it's just going to grow. A lot of people in our business think that it's saturated now, and it's not. I mean, this is still in its infancy, even though it doesn't feel that way to those that are in it and just immersed in it every day. This is still something that we need to get the gospel out about investing in commercial real estate, and that this is how the wealthy do it. They don't go over to Edward Jones and have their little accounts taken care of. They come play with the big boys in the big commercial real estate. And we're offering a way for, accredited investors, but, to be able to do that. I mean, we do only take accredited investors right now, but it's a way that they can come in without having to shell out millions of dollars and run their own property and go find properties and everything else. They can participate passively and still earn the great returns they would if they went and tried to find it themselves.
Cool. Yeah. And any one advice that have an impact on you?
I mean, just keep going every day, keep going. Don't quit. We spent 2 years before we got our first deal, and then it just kind of snowballs from there into, we got 24 million in assets under management right now. And that's about to grow by about another $8 million here within the next 2 months. So, don't give up. Keep going. It'll happen. That's my little bit of wisdom, I guess.
Cool. And any of your personal habits that are helping you to be successful?
Yeah, I tell you, one of the biggest personal habits is it's not even a habit, but it's something that I did personally that I didn't think that I could do, is I hired a virtual assistant and I turned things over to her. And I mean, it is going phenomenal right now. Like, I've actually hired her just over a year ago, and we actually have another intern that's working with us now she's turning out to be a rock star as well. She wants to get into the business, and so I'm just kind of, showing her the ropes of everything, and it's really working out well. So yeah, something that I do is, relinquishing my control over everything, because I am one that likes to have my thumb on top of everything. And me letting go of some of that has been very freeing and profitable.
Got it. And so tell me about that VA. So how did you hire them?
Yeah, I used Rocket Station, which is a company that, they vet all these VAs and they kind of match you up with somebody that's going to be in your industry and has done work in your industry. And so that, they help you create all the SOPs and everything for that VA. And I mean, it has just been phenomenal. It really has. Rocket Station, I really couldn't recommend them more. As a matter of fact, I talked to them, and since I do sing their praises so much because they really helped out with the process of hiring a VA. I don't think I could have just gone on to Upwork and just hired my own VA and set all that up for her. Like, they take all the pain out of it, and they make it extremely easy to come up with a game plan for that VA. So yeah, they actually give anybody who says that Cordell Capital recommended them, they give them $250 off of their setup fee.
Got it. And say any one book that have impact on your life, and what way?
Oh, wow. I mean, I would definitely say, first and foremost, my father. I mean, he is an amazing man. He ran a large company for many years. And, he was always trying to teach us about business and things like that. And obviously, we did not listen at all until we were, almost late 20s maybe. But yeah, he was a very wise man. He still is a very wise man. He's around now. But yeah, he would always push us, and he put the drive in us to go out and not just be successful in business, but in life and our relationships and all that.
Okay, got it. And how are you giving back to community, Charlie?
Yeah, so we give back through the Low Country Pregnancy Center. I mean, we donate money to them every month. It's like a place for women who get pregnant and are in like a crisis situation, and they help them out. They help them out all the way through, the childbirth and giving either adoption or keeping the baby, and they help them with diapers and clothes and food and all that stuff. So anyway, it's a very near and dear thing to my heart here in the Charleston area is saving babies, man.
Cool. And how can listeners can connect with you, Charlie?
Well, you can get me on LinkedIn or Facebook, or shoot me an email. Email address is info at Cordell Cordell capital capital.com. Or you can call me on my cell phone. I mean, it's 843-200-9552. Love to chat.
Cool. Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
If you like the show, please subscribe, share, rate, and review. And if you want to connect with me, please send me a message info@ushacapital.com. Thank you for listening. Creating Wealth Through Passive Apartment Investing Podcast. I hope you learned something from the show. See you in the next episode. Thank you. Any information provided from these shows are educational purpose only. As always, please consult with your own CPA, legal and financial advisor before investing.